It's Saturday, September 4th, 2021. I hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. I had a little bit of time in my day on this beautiful, hot, 110 degree Saturday. And I wanted to just take the time, shoot a video, read a few articles this morning, and I wanted to share these articles with you, get your input on these. So please comment down below. Let me know what you think. But first off, I want to start with this. Yesterday, jobs report disappoints. Only 235 positions added versus the 720,000 they were expecting. Now, I don't know about you, but if we had a real free market, if these markets were not manipulated and controlled, I think we would have saw a crash yesterday. Dow Jones was only down 74 points. This is another example of just pure manipulation and control. In a free market, I think we would have saw the Dow Jones down 3,000 or 4,000 points easily on this kind of news. Think about this. Larry Kudlow just came out the other day and said the economy doesn't need any help, it's booming. When you watch the television, the economists, the analysts, everyone's telling you how great everything is. 235,000 positions added in August when they were expecting 720,000. Stock market should have crashed, ladies and gentlemen. And you know this as well as I do, that this economy is in much worse shape than most people can even imagine. They told us yesterday unemployment was only at 5.2%. I think if you believe this, you really need mental help. You need some therapy. Do you really believe unemployment in America is only 5.2%? What I also thought was very interesting was jobs in leisure and hospitality flat. In the month of August, flat. I mean, literally, leisure and hospitality jobs now are the backbone of America. And this industry was flat. Very, very concerning. So let's talk about where the jobs are at. I'm going to go over this list and we'll talk a little bit about it. Professional and business services, we added 74,000 jobs. Transportation and warehousing, we added 53.2 thousand jobs. And of course, we were adding jobs in this industry because we're bringing in all those cheap products from Asia. So the ports are busy, trucking's busy, warehouses are full. Information, we added 17,000 jobs. Manufacturing, we added 37,000 jobs. We'll talk more about that. Mining and logging, 6,000. Wholesale trade, 1,400. We go to leisure and hospitality, 0. It was flat. Utilities down 1,300 jobs. Construction down 3,000 jobs. Healthcare and social assistance down 4,600 jobs. Now you would think with this crisis taking place that this industry would be one of the biggest right now, but it was down 4,600 jobs. Government jobs down 8,000, retail trade down almost 29,000 jobs. So let's dive into it a little bit here and get a little bit more specific. Employment in professional and business services. Since February of 2020, these jobs are down by 468,000, over half of which is temporary help services. Since February 2020, employment is down by 159,000 jobs in private education. So these are government jobs here where we were down 8,000 in August. But as a whole, if we go back to February 2020, we're down 159,000 in private education. We're down 186,000 jobs in state government education. And we're down 220,000 jobs in local government education. Manufacturing, now 37,000 jobs in August, but the overall picture, we're down by nearly 400,000 jobs since February of 2020. Now, if we were really booming and the trillions of dollars we've injected into this fake economy, all the hype on the television about how great everything's doing, we're not manufacturing much. We're down nearly 400,000 jobs since February of 2020. Employment in retail trade is down nearly 300,000 jobs since February of 2020. Employment in leisure and hospitality, as we said in August, was flat. We're down 1.7 million jobs in leisure and hospitality since February of 2020. In August, As I said, the number was unchanged, but we lost 42,000 jobs. That's what we were down in food services and drinking places. We were down 42,000 jobs in August. Now, August is summertime. People are out partying, they're going out to dinner, they're vacationing, weekend getaways, and we're down 42,000 jobs in food services and drinking places. I mean, I don't think anybody out there has to be a rocket scientist to figure out things are not very good, and this economy is in much dire condition than most people realize or want to realize. I want to talk about this article on the hedge that I was reading this morning. Suburban residents risk losing homes over rising pension costs. So as the economy is on life support, so are the pensions here in America. This pension crisis is real. It's not going away. And I don't think it can be fixed. And there's going to be serious pain to be felt here. Patricia Hill, mentioned in this article, grew up in Hyde Park. That's in Chicago. She dreamt of owning a home one day in the suburbs. She and her husband accomplished that dream in 2003 when they moved to suburban Matson. That's south of Chicago, to raise their daughters. Now, Matson, there was a great Italian restaurant there that I used to frequent all the time. Lincoln Mall, it used to be in Matson, Illinois there, which has now been demolished. I spent a lot of time in Matson, lived probably about 10 minutes away from Matson. Bought a home. They bought a home for $315,000 back in 2004. Their property taxes at that time were $7,800. Guess what the property taxes are today on that home, which literally is what they paid. It's appraised for about the value of what they paid for it back in 2003. They're paying nearly $10,000 now on a home that is worth about what they paid for it back in 2003. Yet they're paying $2,200 more in taxes. So why the high property taxes? Public employee pensions. More than 70% of Patricia's property tax bill goes to the school district. The teachers' retirement system, the plan that oversees retirement benefits for teachers, is unfunded by 40% as of 2020. For every dollar promised, the state only has 40 cents. Again, you think this isn't going to end up in a real bad place, ladies and gentlemen? And guess who they're going to go after? Anybody that they can get blood out of. Anybody that has a job. In Cook County from 1999 to 2019, 76% of additional property tax dollars were spent on municipal police and 74% on municipal firefighters. This went to the pensions, not public safety cost. I mean, these cities can't even hire anybody now because literally every dime they get is going to pay into these pensions. Lots of businesses have left Illinois. And this leaves the homeowner susceptible now to pick up the tab. So businesses have gone out of business altogether because of this economy, or they've just moved. And that's going to leave you on the hook, especially if you're in a state like Illinois. And Illinois isn't the only one. Many states across the country are doing the same thing. And I think we're going to see, no doubt, I mean, the president's already talked about tax increases. So everything is going to continue to go up on top of the inflation that we're seeing. And many of us are going to have to pick up the tab in our areas. Just like when I did this video a week or so ago on my local mall here, the Westfield Mall, which has defaulted. When that mall goes under, where's the tax revenue going to come from for the city of Palm Desert? It's going to come from people who own homes. It's going to come from other business owners. And as more business owners close or move away, the homeowner is left on the hook. And I think we're going to see more of this throughout America. Another article today, Morgan Stanley slashes third quarter GDP forecast to 2.9%. Originally, they forecasted it to be 6.5%. Now slashing it by more than 50%. Morgan Stanley is lowering its third quarter consumption forecast from 2.9% to 0.3%. Without stimulus, ladies and gentlemen, without more QE, without more of these massive injections, more debt creation, more inflation. It's going to be more and more trouble. The consumer is broke, and the consumer is now beginning to realize that they're broke. And now we're going to see the repercussions of all this QE and helicopter money and debt creation, and it's going to come in the form of inflation, dollar debasement. And we're hearing more and more about China going to a digital currency backed by gold, and they're talking about possibly doing this by the end of next year. Now, could just be talk, but they're talking about it, and we're watching other countries now doing whatever they can to get out of using US dollars, to trade without US dollars, to buy oil without US dollars, and just get out of the dollar. And the more that happens, the less your dollar is going to buy, the more your standard of living is going to change, and not for the better. It's going to be for the worse. And the day of reckoning is coming where the US dollar is not going to be the world reserve currency. I'm sorry, and I know people believe that that can't happen, but they base it on zero facts because it's happened throughout history. And they just believe it can't happen because it's America, and nothing like that can ever happen to America. And they don't understand history. They haven't read history. They don't understand fiat currencies, and they don't understand gold. And this is where China really beats us, because China understands history. China understands gold. And China is beating us every which way possible, whether it's trade or dealing with other countries, negotiating deals with other countries. They have the biggest military now, the biggest banks, they're the biggest manufacturers. They're innovating. Their middle class is growing. Ours is disappearing. So, I mean, look at China's infrastructure versus America's. And China has its problems, don't get me wrong. And China can have huge economic problems too. They can have a stock market meltdown also. But the thing is, if you take America and you take China and say we both collapse, say the whole world collapses, how do you get out of it? Well, you build your way out of it. You manufacture your way out of it, right? You innovate. Well, we're not doing any of that. China will continue to build, they will continue to manufacture, and the world will continue to buy from them. And China is going to continue to innovate. And China will have real money, because whatever currency they use, whatever they bring as a world reserve currency, and I hope it never happens, but more than likely it's going to be backed by gold. And the world is going to do whatever they can to get rid of these monopoly dollars, these monopoly money dollars, and go to a currency backed by something like gold. That's my opinion. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. I know that there's people out there that think that this can never happen, but it is much closer than you realize. Martin Armstrong, gold gains as confidence collapses. Gold doesn't rally merely because of inflation or the rise of debt. It merely rallies when we are looking at the collapse in confidence. I don't know about you, but I'm losing a lot of confidence in this country, the leadership, the dollar, the fake stock market. I'm losing confidence all the way around. And I was out earlier today having breakfast, and I was just looking at people, just observing. And I look at the physical condition, and this is not a judgment. This isn't putting anybody down. This is a pure observation. I just look at people on their phones at a restaurant the whole time, walking in, just on their phones, can't even take their eyes off their phones, sitting down on their phones. And I look at their physical condition, and the obesity epidemic we have in America is second to none. And I just think, like, when I look at people, how obese they are, I just know that their minds are obese also, that their minds are out of shape. Their physical bodies are out of shape, and more than likely, this is out of shape too. And this is so important to have this in shape. And I can't stress enough, this Saturday, this beautiful weekend, go out for a walk, get some exercise, just get the body moving. The mind and body is so important. Exercise the mind. Really absorb as much knowledge as you can, and really retain a lot of this stuff. Read for yourself, do your own homework, but you gotta use that body too, because so many people are going to be in such big trouble when they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s. They're going to be in such big trouble because I look at these kids at 20, 25. They're a disaster. They're a train wreck. Let's getting back to the story though. Confidence is collapsing, and I'm losing confidence in people, in this fraudulent economy, the fake stock market, and again, our leadership, etc. I mean, there's not a whole lot to be confident in other than God and being confident in yourself. People do not realize what is taking place. The economy is being seized. The government will default on public debt, even pensions, he says here, ladies and gentlemen. They will default on pensions and replace it by guaranteed basic income. Let me know what you think. Another article today on The Hedge, millions to lose benefits as jobless aid expires. Monday, 12.2 million people are about to lose their benefits. September 6th. Regular state unemployment, 2.8 million people. Unemployment assistance, 5.4 million. And emergency unemployment compensation, 3.8 million. So as people are barbecuing this weekend, as they're partying, we've got 12.2 million people that will be losing unemployment. They will be losing assistance, benefits, and their life is about to change. And I hope that they've been preparing for Monday, because life is about to change for millions of people. And let's not forget, courts will reopen on Tuesday, and landlords are going to be filing evictions. These courts are going to be flooded, and every day now people are being evicted here in America. And what is this going to look like by the end of the year? How many hundreds of thousands? A million? How many people will be evicted out of their homes or apartments by the end of the year? I want to close with this article. I was reading about this yesterday. This happened in Malibu, California. Family of 5 attacked by 2 homeless people with machete in Malibu. Father slashed. Father loses an eyeball. They chased after other family members. And I guess how this all started was this family was walking through an area of Malibu, and these 2 homeless people said that they could not walk over here. And a conflict had started between the father and these 2 homeless people, escalated. One pulled out a machete and went to town, I guess. And I bring this up because it doesn't matter where you're at. Malibu, one of the wealthiest cities in America, one of the wealthiest cities in the world. And this guy lost an eyeball, almost lost his life. Kids could have been killed. I mean, really scary stuff. If it can happen in Malibu, it can happen anywhere. So as I leave you on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, things are peaceful. The birds are out, the sun's out, it's 110 degrees. It is hot out, but it's a beautiful day. And I thank God. And I know all of you are thanking God for another day of life, but this just really reinforces with you and myself that you better have your security situated, that anything can happen anywhere, even in Malibu, where there are multi-million-dollar homes, beautiful beaches, beautiful people, and things can escalate really, really quick. And it's just another reminder to make sure that you're always aware of your surroundings, your environment, even though they're beautiful, peaceful, beautiful homes, beautiful beaches. Anything can happen. And you know, you really have to be ready and really look out for your family. So again, make sure that you have your security situated. This can happen in Malibu. It can happen anywhere. It's a tragedy, but this is what's happening. Imagine what this is going to look like when this economy full out implodes. It's going to be ugly. So as I leave you today, it's a beautiful weekend. We're all blessed. If you're watching this video today on your phone or your computer, your big screen TV, you're blessed. If If you're living in an apartment, if you're living at mom and dad's house, you're sleeping on the floor, living in a garage, you're blessed. You had a meal today, you're blessed. If you were able to drink clean water today, you're blessed. If you're walking today, you're blessed. You know, I look at homeless people. I see people in wheelchairs that are homeless, people missing limbs, people just dying on the streets. And so many of us take what we have for granted. And that's really wrong. It's so wrong, because it doesn't matter if you don't have the zip code you want. Maybe you're not driving the car you want. Maybe you're not wearing the watch that you want. But I mean, look at the big picture. You're alive today. You still have an opportunity. You're living in one of the most exciting times in history. It's scary, it's concerning, but we're here for a reason. But you're here and you're alive. And I think that you're very, very blessed. You take a look at people in other countries, they're risking their lives to get here. People die to get here. They jump on airplanes and fall 2,000 feet out of the sky to get here. So it doesn't matter if you're sleeping on a floor, sleeping in a garage, sleeping on a couch, or you're living in a mansion in Malibu. You are blessed. And make sure when you go to bed tonight, you let the Lord upstairs know that you're blessed, and thank Him for everything you have, whether it's a little or a lot. Whether you're sleeping on a couch or you're sleeping in Malibu in a mansion, you are so blessed. And the biggest thing is you're awake. You're watching this video, so you know what's going on. You're awake, and there's a reason why you're awake, because you are blessed. God bless you. Have a phenomenal weekend. Get out. Make sure you get some preparations in order this weekend, and I will talk to all of you very soon.